Good morning, Leo, and welcome to your reading for the 30th of November until the 6th of December. You're on Galactic Soul Healing. My name is Sonia Jane, and what we're going to do is pull some cards for your a current situation or energy that you may be experiencing. Then we're going to look at something that you may not be acknowledging with regard to that, as well as some spirit guidance. And then we're going to pull a galactic card, which is going to represent a collective that could assist you at this time, as well as some oracle messages from that collective. So we are going to grab some cards here for you, Leo. And oh yes, just letting you know too that if something doesn't resonate, please don't take it on. And just discard it if it's not resonant for you at all. And and these readings are not designed to replace the assistance that you could get from a mental health or well-being professional. Okay, just so you know up front. So you have the Ace of Wands. This is for your current energy. The World card and the High Priestess. Wow, okay. So things are looking good at the moment in your energy. Right. So the Ace of Wands is about a new thought, a new direction, a new passion, a new something that you are getting into, that you want to get into, that you have an idea that you're like, hey, I'd like to do that. And here, really, the world is your oyster. This is about the just acknowledging that the cycles of things. So this is these represent the fixed signs of the zodiac, but you're moving freely within that. So this is a great balance of acknowledging that things are supporting you and you're able to move freely to do what you need to do to cover your bases and to be fulfilled. Okay. And this is the High Priestess. So this is about weighing up both sides. It's about balance. Okay. It's about subconscious and conscious. So in your decision here, it's going to be about weighing up those forces, but also doing some introspection, perhaps. But yeah, you're backed up here by all these abundant pomegranates as well. So there's going to be some abundance happening for you. So this is really awesome for you, Leo, at the moment. And it's looking good. Let's see. So the Ace of Wands just came up for a previous reading as well. So it is a new spiritual beginning or a new direction, a new passion that you might be running alongside of what else it is that you're doing as well. So for what you might not be acknowledging, well, you may or may not, this is the Three of Cups. When we look at these cards in a minute, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. So let's start with this one. So you may be worried about this new direction. You might be able to see all the potential in it and feel really excited by it. But I think, subconsciously, I think you are, your intuition or your higher self is actually in support of you doing this. But I think what's happening is that there are lots of other things impacting and you're really worried about how it is you're going to be able to do this and fit this in. Now, the other encouraging thing is that, so that these are the, so this is like the emotional support. It's, collaboration. So it might mean that you need to perhaps avail yourself of some emotional support or some people that you could perhaps call on to maybe, I was going to use the word delegate, but maybe just sharing the load a little bit in terms of, you know, if you have stresses and things that are causing you worried about how you're going to get this new project off the ground, is perhaps, yeah, just reaching out to some other people who could help you perhaps emotionally or practically. Here we go. This is the practical help here. So you may need emotional help. You may need practical assistance as well. So, yeah, I think it might be the difference between you having a really great vision for this and you really intuitively know that it's what you need to do, but you're having a bit of a disconnect of how that's going to happen. And what you don't see at the moment is that you are probably going to need to ask for assistance, emotional help, and this might just be friends or family to help out, and this might be practical assistance. Maybe you need to get practical things in place that are going to help you to be able to move forward with this new passion of yours. It might just be a little side hustle. But, you know, a lot of us have, you know, a lot of responsibilities that sometimes we need to kind of shift or change, rearrange things a little bit. It might be to do with timing of things. Yeah. And let's see what Spirit Guidance has for you as well, Leo, on this. Because, you know, yeah, you have it all. It's all happening for you. And in the spiritual, the higher realms, or your intuition, you know what you need to do. You know what you want to be doing. That's what I need to say. So this is guidance from Spirit. We have the Queen of Wands. We'll have a look in a minute. The King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Wow. This is, I've never seen this before, like 3 cards along the bottom of, like, you have a queen, you have a king, and you have a king. So, let's look at the Queen of Wands first of all. Actually, let's look at the King of Pentacles. Now, this harkens back to the 3 of Pentacles. So it's to do with the practicalities. And it could either be representing an aspect of yourself, or it could be representing someone that that you can call on that will be able to assist. This could be perhaps a work colleague, or perhaps a health professional. Yeah, like, say if you go to a local gym or you're in a sports club, it might be someone like that that can help you out. And yeah, but it's also the kings are the great space holders, and they are the ones that can formulate the the plan. Okay, so if you are feeling the anxiety and stress, if you can utilize some of those thoughts into planning, making some practical plans, because you have this aspect within you. You have this beautiful ability to hold space for hold space in a way that enables you to organize practical things, to formulate structures, to get you know, even like with cooking and nutrition and health and well-being, you have the ability to manage that really well. So, yeah, and then let's go to the King of Cups. So this is Spirit saying to you that you have a lot of abilities within you, but you also have people around you who can help with a similar ability. And just take what resonates from those 2 options, okay? Or if both resonate, that's fantastic. So here we have the King of Cups, which is the emotional space holder. So it's your ability to hold space for emotions. Now, this might mean that you are great at helping other people, or that you are great at holding space for others with their emotional problems. But what's being called for now is that, once again, this harkens back to the Three of Cups, is that it is time for you to hold emotional space for yourself, or to call upon someone who can help you with that for you, so that you can get your heart, mind, and practicality in the right space, so that you can make this new passion begin in your life, so that you can begin to integrate it. Excuse me. So the King of Cups, you have this within you, this ability to it's quite a beautiful thing, actually, to be able to hold space for someone to go through emotions. So this one's about self-care as well, but it can also be about, just as you have this ability, there are times when you need to call upon the assistance of someone else who has this ability to help you. Okay. And whilst you may collaborate with this, this middle row can be what's held in potential. So it's what you may not be acknowledging. So it means that it could mean that you need to ask for assistance, but it can also mean that by doing your new passion, you will have more of a sense of this. But in order to get to this, you may need to hold space for your own emotions. Okay. And the same applies with the Pentacles. It's going to give you, this passion's going to give you meaningful work, and you'll be collaborating with others on that. But practically, to get that, to carve out that time and that space, even to give yourself permission, you might need to organise yourself via your inward ability to do that, or for you to ask for help from others with regard to that. Now, the Queen of Wands. This is giving me chills. So awesome. Spirit, I'm so glad you put this in here. Right, so the Queen of Wands is about the Queen. She is very passionate and creative. And she's also, look, she's holding this wand here, right? So this is actually going to be you. And this is what Spirit's saying for you to envision, is that you'll become the queen of your own wand, so to speak, which is that ability to activate your passion and your truth and your creativity, your intuition, your spirituality, either a combination of those or all three. And you are going to be able to do that in a way where you are going to be not worried about what other people think. You're going to be confident, and you are going to have the deep knowing that you have got there from as a result of all of your life experiences and your knowledge, and you are going to be just able to do whatever it is that you need to do. See this beautiful yellow here? It's like the radiantness of the sun. So there is passion and vitality, truth, the light, the lightness of your consciousness. And you will be able to get into this. You will be able to move through this and move into this. Okay. And your High Priestess, just remember, this is your intuition. So it's an aspect of you. Okay, this is an archetype within you that you contain. Okay, that you can embody and become and activate as you hold space for yourself, practically and emotionally, to make the changes necessary for you to activate your spiritual, creative, or intuitive passion. Okay, Okay, or maybe you're like a soul urge, a spiritual passion. And the little black cat here is just gorgeous. I really love this card. It's so fantastic. And also, see that sunflower there she's holding? That is just gorgeous. So you are just going to be so radiant and happy if you can get all of this going. Take what resonates, of course. Yeah, let's look at a galactic card now. I'm really happy for you in this reading. It's so awesome. I'm just getting chills. It's so fantastic. And you know what's at the center of your reading is this like Three of Cups, which is just like joy and sharing and reciprocity. Reciprocity. Yeah. So it's giving and receiving. You know, it's definitely, you know, it's a far cry from this. Okay. And that could just be, I mean, the Nine of Swords can just be a, you know, I mean, it may just be at night that you're stressed. You might be, I think you're probably the kind of person that can hold space and get on with stuff during the day, but when it comes to the night, then you go, oh, I've just done that again. So it's not like, I don't mean to laugh at that. It's just the contradiction, because I do that myself, right? Where I'm like, you know, at night time, I'm just like, oh, wow. But just lately, things have changed. Thank goodness for that full moon we had. And here again, the High Priestess, availing yourself of the different lunar cycles might be something you might like to get into as well, just to kind of tap into your intuition, get into that feminine, intuitive side of yourself. Yeah, because it's looking like your path is possibly going to be moving into the intuitive side of things, which is kind of exciting. Right, so Spirit, let's, we're just going to, I have shuffled, so I'm just taking a card off the top here. So this is the collective. Oh, wow. Leap of faith. Okay, so the Orion Collective. Right, let's just read that from the book. Sometimes leaps, when I hear the word leap of faith, sometimes that sounds scary to me. But I think what they're saying here is like, it's more like taking a small step of faith in a direction where you perhaps are asking from assistance from a, you know, a professional counsellor or someone that you really trust with your emotions, okay? Or it might be taking, you know, just a step in perhaps consulting with your financial advisor or someone who is close to you that you trust to talk to about your financial situation, because maybe you want to be shifting things so that you can move into a different direction. And yeah, but it's also about having faith that you are the Queen of Wands, you are the Queen of your destiny. Let's go to 57, this leap of faith here. 57. Right, and here we have it. I'm going to hold the card up. So yeah, I think it's going to be about you just having faith that you can do this and that you can take the steps that you need to do, because you have it within you. You have lots of skills, abilities, experience, and qualifications, most likely. For thousands of years, humans have been used to living with the mindset of polarity. We continually label things as good or bad. And this might be what you are going through subconsciously, is like, what is good, what's worth my energy, and what's bad. So if you have grown up being conditioned into believing that something is worthless or not worth doing, and that is the actual thing that your soul wants to move into, then it's worth looking at that conditioning and perhaps doing some reprogramming or talking to someone about that, so that you can work through that. Okay. So we continually label things as good or bad. If we don't know how to label something, we feel confused or insecure. So they're trying to allude here that not everything needs to have a label. But now that it is time to integrate polarity and transform as a species, we must take a leap of faith, jumping off the cliff into the unknown to a realm where labels like that don't exist. Here. Okay. And we've all been conditioned to believe certain things about certain things. And we're all going through this process of that being shaken up. In a good way, we must learn to simply be with things as they are, without the addiction to labeling them. As we do this, our consciousness transforms and we heal, once and for all, the old wounds from our Orion heritage. Okay, so we all have a subconscious tendency to label things as good or bad, which could be what's going on with this for you, possibly. I mean, yeah, take what resonates. If you're having an idea of what your true spiritual calling is, but you are wrestling with it internally, then it could be your conditioning, or we're all conditioned to label something as good or bad, because as children we kind of get programmed into thinking what things are good and what things are bad, and often it's a lot to do with what our parents have thought was good and what our parents thought was bad. Okay, but then, as we evolve, and it's amazing too, sometimes even as adults we continue to perpetuate that actual program of polarity, like what's good and what's bad. And there's a lot of things in between there, and there's a lot of stuff in the bad box that is actually not bad at all. There's nothing bad about it. Yay. I'm just going to grab a deck for you now for some cards here. And yeah, so this is the manifestation moon. The reason I'm grabbing this moonology is because of this beautiful high priestess here. And I think this is here because you are quite an intuitive person. I think you're very intuitive. That's what's coming out from this reading. I love the backs of these cards. It's very galactic too. So moon, yeah, so we mentioned the moon cycles, didn't we? So it might be too that sometimes in full moon energies we can tend to feel more like this, like we can just tend to feel like there's a lot of forces coming in on us, okay? And we're all becoming more intuitive and sensitive to that as well. So let's grab some, from the Orion Collective. So this is about, the Orions are kind of saying we just need to let go of polarity, like what's good and what's bad, or this tendency for us to judge, the judgment, the criticism of things that even our soul wants to do, and it's just because we've been repressed, or we've been conditioned to believe that either it's not worth doing, or it's not a real job, or it's not acceptable, or it's not in line with, say, a certain religious belief system. Okay. So this could be, Leo, about you making shifts and changes in your belief system, possibly as well. Anyway, take what resonates in that way. Right, let's see here. Right, release control. And there's also a little chakra on here. That's a chakra. I'm just going to quickly check the book, because that might be just alluding to a chakra energy. And this is the sign of Taurus as well. To say Taurus, first quarter moon in Taurus. So with Taurus, that's an earth sign. So that's an indication of indicating also to ground in nature. Could really help you to come into tune with and just befriend this a bit more, and just kind of really prepare your mind, body, soul, emotions for moving forward towards that you wish to do. Let's look at this one, release control. First quarter moon in Taurus, page 56. Sorry about this. I will just find it as super quick as I can. Right, so this is so it's the root chakra, the Muladhara. So this is your base chakra at the base of your spine, okay? And sitting on the earth like she's doing there can be very healing for that. So also maybe going for walks. So walking out in nature would be really awesome. Yeah. So let's just grab a couple more cards for that. And we have here, right, reflect on your priorities. Okay, so this is Aquarius. So this is an air sign. So this is about, your thoughts. So when you say priorities, so that's about really prioritizing. Do you prioritize others over yourself a lot of the time? Or do you prioritize, work over enjoyment? Do you prioritize all of the things that other people expect you to do over perhaps developing your own passions? Do you make your personal self-care a priority when it needs to be a priority? Things like that. So, and that's, you can just examine your priorities, but also I'd suggest examining your values as well. And you might like to do some journaling. Because this could also be a personal growth reading for you as well, but it's definitely, you are looking into your subconscious conditioning, okay, is what's coming through. And I think the leap of faith is to do with, take a leap of faith into your spiritual growth and the development of the acknowledgement and honouring of your intuition and your creativity and your spirituality. This looks like Scorpio. Yep. Release your blocks. Wow. And like for me personally, blocks, often our conditioning from childhood is kind of like a bit of a, it can be like a barrel full of blocks, yeah. I mean, it might even be therapeutic, even if you have children, is to get some building blocks and just sit down and play with them and just imagine that they're your blocks and kind of just rearrange the blocks. I don't know, there was something that just came through then about playing with children, but even maybe just drawing your blocks that you have if you are experiencing blocks to this. But like I say, just take what resonates. If you don't feel that you're blocked in any way and you can just move forward, but maybe you just need to feel like, yeah, I do need to ask for help with it, then, go with that course. Let's just check what chakra this is. Scorpio, first quarter moon in Scorpio. So Scorpio is a water sign, also a fixed sign. So yeah, the interesting things, we have Taurus, Aquarius and Scorpio. They're all fixed signs. So this is about, taking a leap of faith out of, perhaps taking a step out of the status quo, or doing something different from what you've always done, which may resonate. First quarter moon in Scorpio is 68. I haven't actually memorized all of these as yet, but okay, so this is the sacral chakra. Yeah, so your so the sacral is that chakra between the belly button and the root chakra. So your lower chakras, might be really good to work on doing things like yoga, even once again walking. Okay, walking in nature is going to be really great. And this is the water sign too. See, he's doing yoga there. That's a yoga pose. Yeah, I'm doing yogic studies myself. That's actually quite hard to do, but you don't have to put your foot there. You can actually put your foot down on your ankle or just touch the toe on the ground there. Anyway, side point. But yeah, I mean, so hopefully that's resonated, or some parts of it. Thank you for tuning in. That's what I have for you, Leo. But yeah, like this is almost like a power card for you. This is the Wands. It is a fire sign. Okay, as you are a fire sign. And yeah, it is actually the only, other than the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so you're fire here. But, you know, you will be the queen holding that wand in the future, and just, you know, take a small step towards that and have faith that, you know, you will get there. It'll be awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like to hit the like button or subscribe, that'd be cool, or leave a comment, fantastic. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.